Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Shamina. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here. This is exciting.
Wendy, can you just introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure, absolutely. So my name is WendyAnn Hornak. I am the CEO and founder of a company called Far From Basic, where we help success-driven women systematize their business so that they can get that amazing revenue on repeat, as well as the time and financial freedom they so desire.
Wow, it's amazing. Oh, that sounds good. Um, so, Wendy, what was it like working with me? Oh, sorry, what was it like before you started working with me? Where were you at? What was going on in your life? What happened?
So, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but I met you for the very first time with another, we're in another group together, another mentorship, because I firmly believe that you have to invest in yourself if you ever want to get to the next level. And there was one speech you gave, and I was hooked in from the second you started talking. It had a lot to do with just your heart and how you share and how genuine you were. But what really drew me in is the transformation. And people talk all the time about, and I sell these amazing programs. I sell these, we sell these programs to all these. I'm not a course person. I have the same belief that you do, that one-on-one time is so important to get somebody to the next level. But you came across with not just the tangible, but the transform, like, you're here, let's get you here, and here's how we do it. And look what you did. Look what you've done. So that immediately drew me in. And I listened to your, if she can, I can. It's in my head all the time. And I thought, well, I want to talk to her. I want to see what it's like to be in her world. And I've never looked back.
That's amazing. What were you saying that you like? What was it like? Like, what frustrations were coming up for you at the moment, though, before you started working with me? Like, where were you at?
Yeah.
Like,
So
where you thought that was a great idea?
yeah. So my whole entire career has been in the corporate America, right? So I started as an agent, worked my way up, was promoted 9 times, got on the senior leadership level, very rewarding, amazing job, all this great experience. And then I launched a one-on-one business, and it was great until it wasn't anymore. And that's what a lot of people don't talk about. So it just wasn't. And I needed to pivot, but I couldn't quite figure out what I was missing, why I couldn't pivot as quickly, right, as I would like it to be, because we all know some of us have these time frames and we're in the do all the time, that we don't step back to realize that there's more to just the do. You have to do. And I think, Shamina, you've done an amazing job at telling people that it's not all just about the other work that you have to do. You have to put in the work as well. So it's a mixture of the two. So bringing that together for me, that's where I started to see the shift, and I felt it almost right away. I know that sounds crazy, but
No, I want to know, what were immediate results for you? Just share them with us.
so immediately I realized, oh, these are the things that I say, like things that you don't think of, that you just say, right? When it comes to money, like, oh, we can't afford that. First of all, yes, we can. Why are we saying that? Delete. Second of all, we can do all of these things. We can do whatever we want. So a lot of it was just tweaking. I've always been the positive, upgoing, tenacious, but I started to feel drained, I'm very empathetic to others. That energy kind of pulls me down. And I needed to know how to not just fill my own cup, but set my boundaries and know what I need when I need it. Because there are so many things that I just wasn't even aware of that was happening, that as soon as I realized it and I was willing to go through all of that, okay, can we talk about a little bit about your container? So the calls, the sharing, the things that, I have this group of people that I can go to with anything and feel extremely safe sharing my most vulnerable stories, things that I wouldn't normally share with other people because I am a private person. I do keep a lot of stuff to myself, but there were these small things that I just started noticing right away. My relationship with money, right? That was the first thing. My second was my relationship at home and with my kids. I want to be the best mom. I want to be the best mentor to all of my clients. But I needed to fix things with me. There needed to be some work that I needed to do on my energy so that I was pouring into my people as much as I wanted to give.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. What would you say is a long-term thing that you're going to take with you, that you've got so far? I mean, you still have more time with us, but that you're taking away with you, like, oh my gosh, this is forever going to be changed in my life.
So relationship with money is the very first thing that I will say. The second thing that I will say is actually being able to recognize when I start to go into a mode, or I start to think to myself, oh, this isn't going to work. Why wouldn't this work? So the conversations, and I think I've joked about this a little bit, but the conversations I have with myself are so real that before it was kind of funny, but now I'm journaling all the time. I have journals everywhere until Shamina came into my life. That's huge for me. I never knew the importance of pouring that out and working through it and not just shoving it down. That's probably my number one thing. Something comes into your life. Powerful women have a tendency to just take it, fix it, and put it over here and keep going. But it always comes back. And when it comes back, it hits harder each time. So when you realize, oh, here it is, let's talk about it. Let's work through this. Let's see why this is bothering us. The next time, so much easier. So much easier.
So what do you feel has changed with you, with your relationships, like specifically, like, or just, your outlook? What do you feel like has been a shift for you?
I feel like my children can sense the fact that I'm not as intense as I was before, but my energy is much better. So my energy is better. And what I mean by intense is on edge. So when you're pushing, right? When you're pushing so hard and you're doing all these things and you're not feeling like you're getting anywhere. And then you learn to compartmentalize and kind of say, this is what we're going to focus on. This is the outcome. This is what we're going to do. And then I'm going to go hang out with Shamina for an hour, and it's okay. That's okay. Can actually breathe. Where before, it's a constant, right? I'm talking. I have all these things going on. And Shamina's like, whoa, hang on. So I've never had that. I've never had somebody be able to come to me and say, Wendy, take a breath. Could we do one thing at a time? And it's okay, because we're going to get through it all. And we do get through it all. But I never realized that before. I never realized that I could. So my children see a different, much better version of me. My clients see a much better version of me. And I think that my day, like, I've always been a master at my schedule and what needs to get done and the nice to have and the needs to have. But I feel okay now reading for 20 minutes a day. I feel really good about working out. And I know that people say these things. I used to say them too, if I'm being completely transparent. And then I would say, I don't really need to work out. You know what? Let me do this one more thing. And I never realized how much it was affecting me. So I could go on and on, but this in a nutshell is really, it has to do with you have to work through it. You can't just push it down and keep going. It will keep coming back. And you really have to take the time for the things that matter most in order to get everything that you want. And you can have everything, but there are certain rules. And the very first one is listening to all of those things and working through them. But just having that ability and those tools available to me to be able to get through them has been amazing. Life-changing.
So how would you describe the container and the work that we do in there?
How long do we have? I feel like there's never been a place, and I have been involved in other masterminds and other groups and other communities, whatever you want to call them. I've never been in a place with women who have such great heart, with women who truly want to help one another. Like, they are listening, they're in, and that's them. Then there's you. I feel open to come out and tell you anything on my mind. That was not me a year ago, not even less than a year ago. I would just say, everything's fine. It's great. How are things with you? It was always the spin where now I'm like, Shamina, I'm realizing this is happening. And I truly need somebody to shake me every now and again and say, Wendy, what are you doing? Why is this happening? Why are you letting this affect you? And I didn't have that before. So I need somebody as strong as, if not stronger, right, than me, to be able to put me right back on my path. And then let me go through. So I get the things that I need, pull them out, and then I run through. But everybody's so supportive of that. It's not just the energy that we get from you. It's the energy we get from each other. It's an amazing place to be. And I couldn't say enough. I mean, I have lifelong friendships with people now that I feel like they know me better than, most. It's a wonderful place to be.
What would you say about your masculine and feminine energy since you've been in the container? What do you think's been the shift around that?
So now I have a feminine energy, right? So she's always been there.
Always.
Let's be realistic. But now I know when that needs to happen. Now I know it's okay, right? Where before it was 92% masculine, constant, go, do this, do this, do this, do this. Where now I'm like, wait, life is so short. And all I want to do is help my clients live exactly what they want to do. But I need to be that as well for them to be able to do that. So that flip of I needed to learn all of these different things to really be able to know how to reset myself and say, okay, it's okay to be in this energy as well. It's okay to get my nails done. It's okay to take time to do these things. It doesn't always have to be that masculine. The feminine is such a beautiful place to be. And it's so powerful to have that balance back.
That's beautiful. So if anybody's thinking about investing in coming to work with me at any capacity, what would you tell them?
If they're coachable and open-minded and very serious about getting to the next level, then this is definitely the place for them. If they are, and I say this about my own business, we don't, side gigs, part-time. This is an all-in. This is an all-in. And you have to know what accountability is like, because once you're in here, you have all the tools you need. You just have to pull from them, work on them. Any questions, bring them up. But if you're ready for that next, and I mean next level, this is definitely the place that you want to be. This is definitely the place you want to be.
That's awesome. So what would you say your ability to see your seven-figure self, how much closer or further away are you now that you've been in the container?
Oh, so the seven-figure me is much closer than it was 6 months ago. Now, more than anything, because it is a clearer picture. I understand what it's going to take to get there. I understand what it's not going to take to get there as well. And I think that that's significant, right? The impact that I want to make on the world, what I want to do for my family, what I want to do for others, it's all possible now. And I see it so like that visualization and being able to wake up and live in this world all the time. It's so peaceful. It's so, I don't want to use the word overpowering, but I want to use the word strong, because I feel when I wake up, I see it. I see it. I know exactly what needs to happen, and it's there. Like I can touch it, where before it was something that was nice on, a board that you do once a year. And you think it'll be great one day to get there. I'll do it eventually. No, now this is when it's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. And I can't wait to get there and to be able to celebrate.
So awesome. That's your shift since being, I love that. Okay. Anything else you would like to share, just with any thoughts, or that you want to share? Anything else that you want to?
So the only thing that I would say is if this is something that you're contemplating on doing, you can watch all of the things that Shamina has shared for free, for absolutely free. And you can see her heart and her soul and how she wants to change people. But once you cross the line and you're really ready, you see a whole other world of possibility. And what you'll see in yourself, if you do the work, it's a quick shift. I've been in Shamina's container for less than a year, full disclosure. And I have seen a significant change in so many things in such a quick amount of time. So people say to me all the time, you're like the fast pass for business. You're like the fast pass for everything that you're looking for to get to. All you need to do is just jump in and take the direction and use the tools. And I'm telling you, when you see yourself a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road, you're going to be so excited with what life is going to bring for you. I'm super excited.
Thank you, Wendy. This was so awesome. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you. Thank you. And I will see you on Thursday. I really appreciate you giving me that. It means so much to me. Like doing these testimonials have just literally lit my heart up.
No, absolutely. Thank you for everything. Absolutely. I'm so grateful to be here.
Oh, I love you. I love you, babe. All right. Bye.